Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
We got Josh in Los Angeles, California. Josh, how can we help?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. What's happening?
Well, it's raining, so that's weird. But that's not why I'm calling.
All right.
I'm calling because I have two cars. I have an electric Fiat and I have a Jaguar, and I want to sell them both and get a Rivian. And so my question is, do I use the money that I sold both of them for to buy the Rivian in cash, or do I put that money in my Robinhood account, which is earning 5.25% interest, and then I have some more money in there, and then use the interest being paid to lease it so I can, hold on to my principal?
All right. Is this a legit call, or is this one of those, hey, I've been listening to this show, and I think I'm going to stump George and Ken? I got to know.
No, it's a real car.
It's a real call.
How old are you?
Oh, real call, yeah.
Right.
Oh, 43.
And what do you make a year?
Making $380.
Wow. What do you do for a living?
I'm a TV producer.
Oh, very nice. Any shows that George watches?
Yeah.
I kid. We don't.
I've done Fear Factor. Back in the day, I did Deadliest Catch.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I used to watch Deadliest Catch. You wouldn't think about it looking at me, but I thought it was a fun show. I really did. And Fear Factor?
That was a fun one.
The pig intestines.
I used to test all the stuff.
Did you eat
gosh.
the pig intestines?
Yeah. Pig intestines actually weren't the worst thing that I've eaten, but yes.
Wow.
I did the pig intestines. The worst was probably I had to eat a rat for our 100th episode in New York.
Josh, your commitment to excellence is second to none. I applaud you, sir.
Respect.
All right, so
let's get to the numbers.
I know, but that people want to hear this, George.
Ken got distracted by the pig intestines.
Everything to you is a calculator. I just need to get to know these people, all right? Would you just relax? America wants to know this. This is a man who ate a rat once, all right? Now, Josh.
Is my question absurd? Is that why you think I'm a fake caller?
Yes, I'll tell you why it's absurd.
Oh.
Here's why it's absurd.
Okay, please tell me.
You make a lot of money, and I'm guessing you have some equity in these other two cars?
They're paid for.
They're paid for. So why in the world would you lease a car with earned interest from your Robinhood account when you've got the money to just buy the car you want? This Rivian's expensive. It's about a $90,000 to $100,000 car, isn't it?
I was going to get a used one for $65,000 because I don't want to spend money on a new car.
You're brilliant, Josh. I just don't know what the angle is as to why you think this is a good money play. You seem like a very intelligent guy, the rat withstanding. Why would you want to lease the car? What's the benefit?
Well, my thought is that I have this money, so I have $180,000 in my Robinhood, earning $1,000 a month. And then I can just use that $1,000 a month to pay for the car. And then in 3 years, I still have my $200,000 sitting there, as opposed to spending $65,000 of that to buy the Rivian. And then in 3 years, who knows what that thing's going to be worth?
Yeah, all right, George, you've heard this before.
Well, the problem with leasing is that you won't own anything at the end of that. And so you're just going to trade, you're going to sell these cars and just get on a life of payments. And this amount of money, it's a small part of your world. Even if you paid cash for this thing, you still have 6 figures sitting in savings that can work for you.
Right.
Instead of bleeding out to a lender every month to make them rich. Because all you're doing with leasing is you're prepaying the depreciation on that car.
That's the key
point.
What
about getting a loan for the car and paying for it that way?
That's just slightly less dumb, but still dumb to the nth degree. Why? It sounds like you're just wanting to leverage debt for your whole life, and you're too successful to play that game. That's a game for broke people. Your greatest wealth-building tool right now is your income, making $380,000. And if you cannot give any of that money to lenders, you're going to be so unbelievably wealthy, and you're going to make very different choices when it comes to the things that you spend money on. Because when you get a loan, you go, well, I'll get the new one then. Who cares? The payment's low compared to my income. And that's how people end up giving away a large portion of their wealth over a long period of time. So instead, take what you would have put in a lease and add that to your investment accounts and to your savings.
Yeah, but you're also assuming here that there's no risk with the Robinhood account. There's nothing could go wrong.
Well,
and let's just play
truthfully,
this out.
Savings rates are at an all-time highs. You know that, Josh. And they're probably going to go down over the next few years as things cool off. And so there's an assumption that I'm always going to be making enough to make the spread worth it. And it's just too much brain calories burned, too much stress. I think the peace of mind of just owning it free and clear is going to make your life better.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I didn't think about that interest rate going down at, but 100%.
Well, and just the emotion of it, just the peace of mind. I've found that you could outmath me all day, Josh. You're a very smart dude, and on paper, you could win.
That's exactly right.
So I'm not that smart.
Yeah, well, it was for your job. So again, very impressive. You're very brave.
You know what? $380,000. I might eat a rat.
I don't think I would.
If it was it cooked?
That makes a difference to you?
Back then, no. For
It
the record,
does.
I was only making $500 a week. So
I think the psychological part of eating a rat doesn't matter whether it's raw or cooked.
I just feel like Dr. John Deloney would eat a rat.
He would, but he's nuts. That's a
fair.
whole separate deal.
That's a good point.
Uh,
But Josh, here's the thing. I want to wrap this up because George is right. On paper, because there are people watching and listening to this, a lot of people. They're like, oh, Josh got it. Listen, on paper, you can make this case, but most people can only make the case on paper and they can't live it out. And so they start leasing, then they go, oh, I'm going to make debt work for me. And all these influencers on social media tell you, oh, you guys, you can make debt work. And most people can't. And if you think that it's our opinion, just look at the sheer numbers. And so that's why we're kind of preaching this. It's a philosophy that in the long run wins in the numbers big time. So I really appreciate your great sport. And George, this is a call that we get. I mean, this I feel like this call happens once a month.
Yeah. Well,
somebody goes, well, I can leverage debt and I can get this and I can do this. And
I did my attempt at, talking about these fleeces, and I made a video called Why Car Leasing is Stupid on my YouTube channel about 8 months ago. So Josh, go search for Why Car Leasing is Stupid on YouTube. You'll find my video there. Just give it a watch. It's less than 10 minutes. It's entertaining, and I go through the actual mathematics of why leasing a car is so dumb. I also did my biggest video ever, Ken. It's almost at 1 million views now. Is the #1 wealth killer. And it was all about car loans. And people were actually getting it after the video going, oh my gosh.
So the comments
I regret the car payment. I regret the lease. Never again.
Yeah. And well done. Well done, sir. 2 shameless plugs for your YouTube channel.
I'm trying to give people a next step because we can't cover this all in a radio call.
Oh, yeah. I got no problem with it. I'm just saying it was beautiful.
Thank you.
You're a giver. I mean, you just dropped that in there.
I just remembered. I was like, I think I covered this on a video recently and went in depth on the car lease.
But I thought you made a really good point here is that you can win an argument on paper that doesn't necessarily play out in real life.
And it rarely does. And I want to give Josh a gift because I had fun talking with him. I'm going to send you a copy of my book, Breaking Free from Broke. I want you to read, I believe it's chapter 5 on car loans because I break all of this down. I cover all of the objections, and I tell people what to do instead. And, dude, you were so successful. You just truly don't need debt in your life ever.
Yeah, good for you. You got the 2 cars. By the way, Josh, if Fear Factor makes a comeback, George and I would both like to audition.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.